how many more excuses are we going to make when the unelected South African immigration fraudster went behind the podium and gave two German salutes? We played it off as if it was nothing. Then he went on to his disinformation swamp of a social media platform and made a poem directly referencing some of the biggest butchers out of World War II Germany because he thought the outrage was overblown. And we made excuses for that. And then he followed that up by palling around and backing the AfD party in Germany, along with every other far right party in Europe. He's thrown his hat behind and his immense power behind and his immense riches behind in the hopes that they come to power as well. And we're ignoring that as well. The pattern of excuse making has gone on for years. And now what's happened? He has hacked into the US Treasury and he's plugging in his own systems. And this is somebody who could not get a security clearance because of his undisclosed ties to Russia and communications with Vladimir Putin. And now he has a direct link to the Treasury and trillions of liquid cash available to do whatever he wants to do. Are we finally going to wake up and realize that Elon Musk is a massive threat to national security, and he is one of the key enemies to the United States and should be dealt with accordingly? How many more excuses are we going to make before we realize that this is somebody, along with all of his cohorts, these are people that do not have our interests in mind? And even if you voted for Trump, understand the Broligarchy that is in power right now and is pulling the strings, they hate you. They hate the everyday common working man. They think you are disposable and they think you are just there to serve their interests. They think your only purpose is to work and die. And what they're doing right now is gobbling up all of the resources they can and engineering a crash that's going to make us all worse off. So it's time for you to stand and realize that you've been had, which happens to everybody, and it's time to get in the fight and understand who the real enemy is. It should be no surprise for you to realize that the same person who's been making apologies for Nazis everywhere is the same person that is fully behind rounding up every brown person that they can find and sending them off to Gitmo. It isn't a long way between normalizing Nazi salutes to starting concentration camps. And let's put it into perspective. Let's keep in mind that this person who has normalized Nazi behavior for the better part of the last 18 months is now pushing the American government to turn Guantanamo Bay into one of history's largest concentration camps. Guantanamo Bay typically houses a few hundred people. And now the policy discussion is we should just round up 30,000 people and ship them to Guantanamo Bay. Let me ask you this question. If you shrug your shoulders at that, are you any better than the people in World War II era Germany who look the other way? Because that's what you're doing. It is time to wake up, recognize that we are under attack, recognize that the people that are pulling the strings are no different than the people at the top of the food chain in World War II era Germany. It is time for us to stop playing nice and stop using coded language and call things as they are. This is a fascist Nazi takeover. Period. End of story.